Hey guys, Bad Infos here, and this is GTA 4 The Lost and Damned. In this video I'll show you all hidden Seagull locations in the game, including all the areas surrounding them, and we'll pinpoint the spot on the map so you get a better understanding where each one is located. It's possible to collect them all at the beginning of the game, before even passing the first mission. However, I suggest not doing that because if you get too far from the bike, the mission will fail and teleport you back. Instead, I suggest passing the first mission, that way you can even save your game after collecting a few Seagulls. In GTA The Lost and Damned we have 50 Seagulls total, 11 of them are in Broker and Dukes, 1 is on Colony Island, 1 again on Charge Island, 7 on Bohan, 14 in Algonquin, and 16 are in Alderney City. They glow in a red color and I suggest doing your hunt at night time so you can see them from a distance. I'll be doing my hunt at daytime so you can see the surroundings better. The way to collect the Seagull is to shoot it. With all that said, let's begin the Seagull hunt. Okay guys, I'm gonna start at the bottom of Alderney City and work my way up. This is the industrial area of town. As you can see on the ground right next to the prison, right in front of this fence, is the first Seagull in the game. For this one you should look for the globe oil sign. You can see a bunch of pipes over here, climb these stairs, and the Seagull is right over here. Again, the Seagull is above ground, however you don't have to climb anything, it's visible from the street even, so just climb this little ramp and from here you can shoot it. And we're moving away from the industrial area of town even though we're kinda close to it. So look for this red tag, and on this wall, the second one behind it, we can find it. Once again a Seagull visible from the street, look for this and this pillar and this fence as well. You can see the train tracks from the street and the Seagull as well. Right behind me is the freeway. You can see a big sign, green and yellow, and over here we can see a bunch of houses. Right behind the houses we can find the bird in the back garden. Look for the road service yellow sign. We can see a bunch of flags over here, this door and this fence. On the fence is the Seagull. I am currently in a parking lot and you can see on my map a bunch of circles. Look for the 3 small circles, and right where the 3 small circles are, you can find the Seagull too. There's a huge brick building behind me. We can see a green entrance over here and a bunch of other buildings, and right next to the stairs is the Seagull itself. This one unfortunately is in the middle of nowhere, so it's kinda hard to pinpoint the exact location. Just basically look for this billboard, it's right next to the freeway, look for this giant bush and this giant tree, and between these two you can find it. This is the Alum Bank. It has 2 entrances, the other entrance has a security guard, so don't go there, go to this one. On the sign is the Seagull. There's a big billboard behind me, a bunch of ramps as well. At this bus stop, on top of it, is the next one. This is the highway exit. We can see a big tag over here and a billboard of Ether in the distance. On the concrete we have this. Pretty close to the street we can see this ladder, and right next to the ladder and right next to the water as well we can find the Seagull. This is a Seagull visible from the street, but I suggest going up here and shooting it from here, because you're kinda far away from the traffic. And guys, this is the last Seagull in Alderney City. It's on the ground at this parking lot. And welcome to Algonquin. We have a bunch over here as well, not as much as in Alderney City, but we do have a lot here too. So look for pen spray across the street, however, right next to these boxes and these bumps we can find the Seagull too. If you wanna find this one, look for the Copper Bottom Indian Restaurant and the barbershop signs over here. Right next to this tree is the Seagull. Pretty close to the highway we can see this Seagull. It's also at these stairs. There's a bunch of stairs over here, a bunch of railing as well, a bunch of fences, a bench right next to it as well, so it's pretty easy to spot. Unfortunately for this one we have no good landmarks. I guess this lamp is a landmark kinda, but yeah, it's just in the middle of nowhere, so good luck finding it. Once again we have a seagull in the park. This is the last one you can find here. Look for the main entrance, go inside the park and follow this road. We have a bunch of crazy art in the background alongside a bunch of trees. This one is located right next to these benches on the ground. This one could be a little bit tricky, but it shouldn't take you too long to find. Look for the checkout signs, the 3 checkout signs. Across the street you can find this bus stop and also this pill sign as well. Enter this alleyway and you can see the seagull on the ground. Once again, in an alleyway, but this one is much bigger, we can find this huge red arrow alongside these dumpsters and these trash cans. Right next to them on the ground is this one. Right behind me we can see a Bleeder Burger sign, billboard, and also this parking sign. This is the entrance to the bridge, and over here right next to this tree is the 25th Seagull, halfway done. This one is pretty high up. We can see a Vinewood billboard in the distance. This is the street, the main street, and we can see a bunch of stairs over here. Climb the stairs and you can find it. If you wanna find this one, look for the tire, and right next to the tire we have a ladder and also a bunch of stairs behind me. The seagull is above ground over here. This one is super easy to find. Look for the Deer Sacks clothing store, which is not available in GTA 4, however there is a store of the Deer Sacks. In front of it is the seagull. Okay, so this is a very awkward position. We have a parking lot over here. The awkwardness comes from this dude. He is gonna shoot me if I shoot the seagull. So I'm gonna kill him and then the seagull. But basically look for the parking lot, and across the street we have the seagull. Let's shoot him, let's shoot the seagull and run away. Look for the blue overhang over here. Across the street you can see these big pillars, and over here on the ground is the last seagull in Algonquin. Let's move on. And welcome to the only seagull in Colony Island. We have a huge parking lot over here, and in GTA 4 we did a very important and difficult mission over here in this abandoned fortress. The seagull itself is above ground. And this is the only seagull on Charge Island, even though it's not directly on Charge Island, but a little above it, because this is the freeway. And on the freeway right next to the cops, you can find it. And welcome to Bohan. We have a road pretty close to us, and also the ocean is right near us. We have a beach over here, and this is the top part of Bohan. Once again in the middle of nowhere we have a bunch of trees over here, the ocean, the road is right near us, and in the middle of all this grass is the seagull. The bridge to Algonquin is right behind me. We have a billboard as well behind me, and this is the entrance to the Wellham Parkway, where no vehicles are allowed. On the right side of the entrance we can find the next one. You cannot miss this one. This is basically a park. We have a bunch of benches, many people, a bunch of trees, a bunch of lamps, and a dead seagull, haha. Right behind us we can find a liquor store and a deli across the street. However, we can find this fence. Look for a giant fence, and right next to this entrance is the seagull. Not the prettiest place in town. We have a bunch of construction, a bunch of garbage everywhere. Look for the daily grocery sign, and on top of this overhang you can find the seagull. And guys, this is the last seagull in Bohan, and once again it's in a pretty bad location. There's no landmarks or anything, just look for these weirdly painted buildings, and in the middle of nowhere is this one. And welcome to Broker. I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up. We can see the live dry cleaning across the street. Over here on the stairs is the first one in Broker. We have a giant fence behind me and a bunch of garbage as well, and a person who is hiding behind the bushes. We also have a seagull on the fence, so let's shoot it. In order to find this one you should look for the green sign over here and the pizzeria sign in the distance. We also have a restaurant across the street and the Seagull behind this guy. Move it, dude! For this one you should look for this huge green sign. We have a bunch of garbage over here, and this is the entrance to an alleyway where a very cool Jacob mission happens in GTA 4. You cannot miss this one. We have a bunch of billboards, storage, look for the storage sign, and on this railing is the pest. Unfortunately, this one is in the middle of nowhere on the highway. We can find a bunch of billboards around, like this one. Look for the cop billboard, go this way, towards the airport, and you spot it on the side. This one unfortunately is in a pretty bad location. It's inside the airport and you're gonna get a 4-star wanted level if you try to kill it. You can try sniping it from a distance, but it would probably not work. So good luck, it's the worst Seagull in the whole game. This is a huge difference than the last one. We have a bunch of flowers, a bunch of trees, a bunch of people, a bunch of calm scenery around me, not even cops. This is a pretty cool place. We have a bunch of graffiti over here, an upside down bike, a vice, tag, and right next to him is the Seagull. This is not an easy Seagull to find. It's on this fence over here. We have a bunch of brick buildings, a bunch of trees around us, and this huge building in the distance. So good luck finding it. And guys, this is the last Seagull in the whole game. Awesome, all Seagulls are destroyed. Let me show you what you get as a reward. And guys, here we go, the reward for collecting all these 50 Seagulls. It is an innovation bike which always spawns at the clubhouse. So guys, this concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching, I hope I helped you out. If you have trouble with any other collectibles, of course, check the playlist in the description, subscribe for more videos, and of course, click the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and a very special thank you goes to my lovely Patreon supporters. Austin Data, House the Chowder, Alex Chavez, Max Robinson. Thank you so much for the support.